Hey guys, welcome back to T2SMC Radar. How are you all? I hope everyone is cool. If you can hear me and if there is anyone by the way, please let me know everything is good. Yeah, Tamim is here. Hey, good morning, brother. How are you, brother? Hey Jait, thanks for being over here, man. And good morning. Sound is good. Thank you so much. Let's see if some other people can join. In the meantime, where is the next news? So we have FOMC around the PM session. So be very careful around the morning session. That's good. We'll see that. I'm good, and you? I'm also fine, man. Thanks for asking. Hey, Dimmer. Good morning, brother. What is your bias, guys? What do you think? What is going to happen today? We have FOMC around the PM session, just the conference, not the meeting. So it you should treat it like a red folder news, not like a regular FOMC. So you have to just avoid trading before 2 p.m. and after 2 p.m. you're good to go. Who else is over here, by the way? Bro, I passed 6 apex so far and I have 5 top step. I'm trying to get to 20 apex. It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work. But when you'll have 20 apex account and you will just be able to manage just one payout, it's going to give you like I think like 50 60,000 dollars, something like that, brother. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but the output is a lot as well. But yeah, this is really awesome. Jaid, impressive. All the luck. This is luck, yeah. You will do heart and soul. I mean, you will work hard. You will try to finish or pass everything with heart and soul, trying heart and soul. And then when you will get the success, we'll just say, Jaid, it's just luck, man. Just you're lucky. Oh, man. Yeah, this is really awesome. I'm happy to know that. Just don't blow the accounts. Make sure that you are trying to make at least 20 funded account and then just copy trade them with a very smaller leverage. I mean, as small as possible. The leverage should be like 1 2 micro contract. Slowly, 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 you will improve. I think that is the best way. Good morning, Sarrington. Go. Good morning, brother. Go 381616. What is your real name, brother? Hey, Jaid. Luck changed with you, bro. Come on. Don't say like that way. Luck changed because you are still you didn't give up actually. That's why the luck has changed. If you have given up already, or if you didn't try to improve yourself, I think you won't be able to do anything good over here. So it's all credits goes to you. ICT always keeps saying like that way. All credits goes to you, not to ICT, not to anyone else. Hey Mariana, how are you, sister? It's been a long, I don't see your name. You have taught me a lot, man. Come on. We're just learning from each other. Give the credit to you, man. You have done a good job, brother. Hey, Sharada. SMC trader, Imran. I'm cool, man. Thanks for asking. How are you, brother? I'm seeing some new names over here today. That's a good thing. By the way, guys, I will give another account on next Friday. Unfortunately, when I post it on Twitter, I forgot to change the date. So I mean, I changed the date, but not the I mean, it was Tuesday, but it should be Friday. So next Friday, I'm actually going to give that account. What is your name? My name is T2, Titu. It's my real name, brother. In my passport, it has Titu. This name has over there. In short, T and 2. I'm fine, and you? I'm cool, man. I'm cool. Let's look at the price a bit. Should we avoid trading until after 2 p.m. EST? If so, why? Because we have FOMC around the PM session. So if you have the FOMC around the PM session, The best time to trade is 7 a.m. New York local time to 8:30 a.m. New York local time. And I believe that 90% of the time you will find the best setup around that area. Around the morning session, market can build the liquidity for FOMC. Okay. So even if it doesn't have the meeting, 2:30 p.m. meeting, still FOMC is FOMC. So you have to be very careful around the morning session. It can leave the liquidity, and if market is interested to leave the liquidity and it would love to build the liquidity, it's disaster for the ICT traders. I mean, those people who actually trade the ICT concepts, that is going to be so hard for them to trade that market. That's why it's always good to avoid trading around the morning session if you have the FOMC around the PM session. The best time to trade 7 to 8:30 a.m. That is the best way to trade the market if you have the FOMC. Your 1 minute order block is my 15-second 22 YT model. Easy money. Yeah, if you ever see the order block from any time frame, go to your lower time frame, you will find a 22 YT model over there. I mean, there will be a fair value gap at least. Yeah, market cooked me, took a break, mental break. Sometimes you should take the break. Sometimes you should do that. I mean, at least don't stop watching the market. Just keep watching, but don't push the button. Take it easily and see just what is happening. Don't predict the market. Just keep watching. It will make you some pseudo knowledge that will help you later when you will start trading again. That pseudo knowledge will help you a lot to avoid the losing trade to gain the winning trade. Hey Rafinas. Hey man, how are you? I'm seeing a lot of new name today. Hey Imran, G. Okay. Hey Jamil, bom dia. Muito bem, obrigado, senhor. How are you? Yo, all okay, Jamil? By the way, go 3816-16I6R. What is your real name, brother? I need to know your name, man. So I can see some of you are here. Let's see what is happening. As I am seeing over here, this order block, I showed it here. Trade it, then market fall. Take this low. I'm not interested to see this low to be taken because if it is taken, I haven't. There is a probability this market will come to the 50% of this dealing range. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but there is a high probability this market will come until this 50%. If I go to the weekly chart, you will see this 50% area is aligned with this gap. So not only exactly to the 50%, maybe it will come until here, which is around that area. If I go for the quadrant level and leave this line over here, see this line over here, which is the upper quadrant. It is a high probability to me that market will work with this upper quadrant and it will keep going higher. However, for a short period of time, I was bearish when this order block has been created by this specific candle. When this candle has been created in this market, I was interested to see this market to fall and to take this swing low over here. And then I want to see this market to go higher again for this buy side liquidity. If I come to this dealing range over here, which is here to here, this is that deep premium area where market already reached over here, and the lower discounted area it can maximum trade until here. But if it really wanted to fall a long lot of time, it should not come over here to this deep premium area. But when it, why? Because I have this buy side liquidity relatively equal highs over here. That's why it should not come back again to the deep premium area. Instead of that, if it really wanted to fall, it could simply fall without touching this line. When it has touched that line, I'm interested to see this buy side to be taken. This high, that high, relatively equal highs. But when it is falling, it can of course trade the lower quadrant. There is nothing wrong with that. Why? Because this low didn't leave any sell side liquidity. Now you see this relatively equal lows, this two candle, which is the sideways candle. From my long or higher time frame or from the daily chart, I'm not seeing this as a sell side liquidity. I can be wrong. Maybe this market will fall, take this sell side liquidity, then it will go higher. It also is possible. Okay, I'm not saying this is what going to happen. I'm just saying I'm interested to work with the logic over here. That logic I'm using for a long period of time. So according to that logic of the dealing range, it left the sign I'll be back here, and it came here, took all the liquidity. The origin low should not be taken because this is an intermediate term low. If it is taken, high probability to come around that area, which is the dealing range 50%. Instead of that, it should start to go higher now toward that buy side liquidity. This is from the daily chart. I'd love to go to the hourly chart. And from the hourly chart, if you guys see over here, I have explained this yesterday. If you guys remember, when it fall, built a very strong support zone. People started to believe that this is a very strong support zone. Nobody can break this support zone. Okay, so mark it like all of these areas. Just mark them and see what a beautiful support zone here. Right, this is a beautiful support zone. So when the market came to this support zone over here, everyone is thinking this zone can't be broken. It's a unbreakable zone. Nobody can break this zone. Okay. So what happened? This market actually went higher, and after reaching to this hourly bearish gap, more importantly, it actually violate here a bit and then fall again. Little retracement around that area, then fall again over here. So first it came here, which is the 15-minute last variable gap 50%. If you guys remember around that area, like I'll show this to you from the 15-minute chart as well, but for an overall idea, okay? So it come here, trade this gap, violate it here just a bit, this gap, because it needed to trade the 15-minute bearish gap 50%. After that fall, came around that area, build the strongest liquidity over here around that area, strongest support zone, went higher, trade this bearish gap yesterday, and then fall, highest up close body close candle, order block, trade the order block, fall, took this liquidity. I'm still bearish actually because I want to see this last gap to be traded. So I want to see this market to fall today as well to trade this last gap. I can be wrong. Maybe it will keep going higher now toward that buy side liquidity over here. I'm not worrying about that right now. I'm just interested to see can it keep falling to trade this gap. So today, if you ask me what is my bias, I'm still bearish and this sell side liquidity is going to be my target. So this gap is not actually my target, but I'm seeing this sell side liquidity which is relatively equal lows around here, this low and that low. This is the relatively, if you ever get confused, brother, this is a very distant area, right? This low and this high. Okay, it's 9:30 already. I'm interested to see this market to fall. Mark from body to wick, extend a zone or box. If you see this tapped to that box, it's the liquidity. So I'm interested to see if it can fall and trade this, take this sell side liquidity, trade this gap, then started to go higher. Otherwise, if it really interested to go higher, this is that 15-minute last gap 50% where it take here, come here, trade here, and then fall. Still, this liquidity is open over here. I'm interested to see this market to fall and take this sell side liquidity. So if you ask me what is my bias, I'm bearish today. Coming back to 1 minute chart, the first job I'll do will go to the regular trading hour. We'll see where is my regular trading hour opening gap. This is the first job I'm going to do. So this is the opening today, 9:30. This is the closing yesterday, 4:14. This is the first job I will do, and then I'll back. I will see if it can trade the 50%. That is the best case of scenario, or the upper quadrant maybe. I don't know. But after trading any of this 50% lower quadrant, upper quadrant, any kind of sell, I'm interested to take that for this sell side liquidity. So first market will go higher, then it will fall. I will look for that. Okay. And from 1 minute chart, look at this. This is something so cute. And I love to see this type of things. I love to see this type of things. Okay. And this is also obvious liquidity. I'm just not going to mark them here. All this sell side liquidity is my highest interest. And if it really would love to keep going higher, do I have any buy side, buy side, buy side, buy side, buy side? Actually, I have a lot of buy side here, but I think that's too far. So I prefer to reach until this gap. I'll just add both of these gap, entry gap and the breakaway gap by one box. If it really reach to this area, I mean tap to this line, then I'll just make it beautiful. Okay. It doesn't, I'll move the gap from here to here because that is the last gap. For now, I'm just gonna keep this both gap, entry and last gap. And I'm interested to see any sort of selling opportunity from that area. So market has traded the 50% of the opening gap. This is the 50% of the opening gap. I have this 1 minute gap. I just need to look for anything from the 15-minute chart. Okay, it is also trading the 50-minute bearish gap. It is also trading the hourly bearish gap. It is trading a lot of things over here. So I don't need to worry about any sort of higher time frame point of interest. If the body close below this candle, I'm gonna take the sell from this candle. If this candle close below this candle, brother, it's going to be a losing trade. I don't give a shit. Okay, the stop loss is a bit bigger, so I'll take a risk of 30 handle that is going to cover the 50%. My target is this sell side liquidity over here. If the body close below this candle, I'm not asking any of you to take this trade. I would love to go for that. This this far, yeah, man. I mean, this fast, of course. This might change in a state of delivery. I would love to use that change in a state of delivery to take the sell. Remember, what did I say? If the body close below this, the sell is valid. If it is not, keep going higher. I'll keep looking for the selling opportunity. As long as the body is not going to close above this body, I would love to use this as the change in a state of delivery to take the sell. Brother, this is a bullish market. Take the buy, man. I highly appreciate it. Just take the buy. Okay. I'm watching the other market as well. I mean, both of them are indecisive. So if it doesn't build this candle as a order block within 5 candle, I'm not going to take the sell from this candle. I need immediate change in state of delivery. Okay. Everything is good. And also market came to this last gap from 1 minute chart, which is over here. Remember, today's morning session is a low probable area to trade because we have FOMC around the PM session. So ideally would love to go for some sort of obvious trade or high probable trade. Okay. So if it doesn't build this candle as an order block within 5 candle, I'm not going to use the sell from this candle. Okay. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, and this high is violated already. It is acceptable. No worries. If I miss the trade, I'm absolutely good with that. I was waiting for the setup, I was waiting for my plan, and I was waiting for the model. All of them I was waiting for. Now, if it doesn't work because there was no model and I missed the trade, I'm absolutely cool with that. So all it has to do, it has to close below this line, then I'll be able to take the sell. If it doesn't, I'm not going to take that sell. Okay, this is the last candle. If this candle failed to close below this, I'm not going to take the sell from this candle anymore. So I don't think so it is going to close below this candle. So I will wait more. Yeah. Even if it now build this as an order block and then keep working, I'm not going to take this. Okay. But they were missing the trade. I'm absolutely okay with that. Following rules is so hard because most of us don't want to follow the rules. I prefer the immediate reaction. Sometimes this market do some shit actually it doesn't give the exact immediate reaction. Instead of that, it takes too long to build this model and then actually it worked. So for example, this is the sixth number candle and it is going to close below this line. Am I going to take the sell? No, I'm not going to do that. I prefer the first candle, second candle, third candle. Within three candle, that is the best case of scenario. Maximum five candle. Within five candle, if it doesn't work, I'm not going to use this as my order block. Now it will fall. I'm not going to touch it. Okay. Now I'm not going to take the sell from this order block anymore. It will work. I'll let this go, guys. But for the sake of this conversion, I wanna see if it works or not. Okay. Just wanna see. I'm not taking any trade. Stop loss above the order block. Target this sell sell. I'm not taking this trade, guys. I'm just watching it because it was not immediate reaction. So I'm gonna let this go without touching this. I'm just letting this go. Okay, that was a good decision not to take this sell. Waiting to see how far it has tapped to the upper cordon of the opening gap, regular trading hour opening. If it keep going higher, what I'm going to do? Nothing. I'm gonna let this go. If it keep going higher, but anytime it will give me the selling opportunity from this zone, this area, I'm gonna take that sell. And above this, do I have anything actually? No, I don't have any higher time frame point of interest. It's really too messy. Let me see what is from the 4 hour chart. Yeah, from the 4 hour chart also I don't have anything except this gap on this gap. It's too far. I don't think so it's going for that. Do I have any buy side? No, I don't have any buy side. However, this is the new order block actually. I'm not able to use this order block to take the sell because this is a very big candle, long candle. So I'm not able to take the sell from this candle. Even if it built this as an order block, I'm gonna let this go. Those people who are looking for the buy, I hope you'll find an opportunity and you'll be able to take the buy. I wish for you guys the best of luck. Okay. I'm not going to take any short of buy over here. Even if the whole damn wrong, market is bullish, I'm not going to take any short of buy over here. Let me see if there is anyone writing something. Okay. In which country is my home, brother? In which country is my home, brother? Are you from Bangladesh? Imran. Where are you from, brother? I really don't know. In which country is your home? Good morning, Suzivan. Reflect and grow. Hey, brother. How are you? Hey, Chatur. Good morning, brother. Mickey, hi, Titu. Just because of today's FOMC, I trade on a pre-market session and got the buy on 7:34. Hey, sister. How are you? 7:30. I told you already, guys. The best time to trade is 7 to 8 here. 7 to 8:30 until here. That is the best time to trade for this session. Okay. So if you see over here around this area, so 6:30. Where is 6:30? There is 6:30. So what happened from 6:30 to 7? Market first take the sell side liquidity or relatively equal lows here one time, one more time, and then gave you the displacement, which is here. If you get the immediate reaction from this displacement, you even don't need the market structure. Yeah, I'm watching the market as well. Even though you have the 22 buy model, I don't give a shit about the buy model. If you get the displacement, it's the sign to take the buy because market has cleared the low. So it was a very nice buy over here from this gap. And if you hold it until here, you are already profitable. So the best area to trade is 7 to 8:30 in a FOMC day. Just remember that, okay? Good morning, trader. Stephen, good morning, brother. Murshad, good evening, brother. All of you, thank you so much for joining. Please don't forget to push the like button. And I know you are my subscriber. So I'm not asking you guys to subscribe to our channel. Next Friday, I'll give another Lucid Pro account, 50K account. By the way, I'm not able to use this candle as a bearish order block. According to the logic, yes, I should do that. But this is a highly volatile candle. I won't be able to put my stop loss. I'm pretty much confident. Yeah, 70 handle. Even if I would love to cover the 50%, it will be 40 handle stop loss. I'm not interested to use this candle as a bearish order block. So I'm going to sacrifice this trade. I will wait for something better, a smaller stop loss to go for the trade. I'm only bearish, not bullish, not going to take the buy. If you are bullish, if you see any setup over here, maybe this is your setup. Okay, market structure sheet, fair value gap, you wanna take the buy. Go for it, brother. I highly appreciate it. And please take that buy. I'm not interested to take the buy. I'm only interested to take the sell until this gap over here from the hourly chart. If it proves me wrong and it really would love to keep going higher today, I'm gonna let the run go. As long as the bearish order block from the daily chart is not broken. So to me, the job from the daily chart is already been done. When this low has been taken, it has already done. It has a high probability to go for this buy side liquidity right now. But from my lower time frame, I need more precision. And what is that precision? Market to reach until this hourly last gap over here. From 15 minutes, do I have anything actually? No, I don't have anything. Yeah, that is the only gap I should look for from both time frame. I can be wrong. Maybe this is bullish. Okay, maybe this is going higher. And I'm gonna sacrifice the all run today. Today I'll just take my uh I'll just wait. I'll wait for something good to happen. If this gap is broken, I think I will take a long break for to take the trade because this is the last period in my opinion that should be respected from 1 minute chart, of course, that should be respected, and then market should fall for this sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity, and then hourly gap finally. But if it is bullish, for example, if I were bullish, what I would do over here, I would wait for this candle to close above this candle. If it could close, I would take a buy from this candle, like here. If I were bullish, I would go for this buy from this candle. I'm not bullish. I'm not taking this buy. I'm just saying if I were bullish, that could be my buy already here. I have already entered into the trade. Stop loss below this, depending on the price action. And maybe I would look for this relatively equal highs. So until that area, maybe. Okay, because I'm not bullish, I'm not taking this trade over here. This is not a valid trade to me because I'm not thinking this market will go higher. If my bias is wrong, maybe your bias is bullish, maybe you could try this one. This is one of the best word block, by the way. However, what is your bias, guys? Let me know that. Hey, Tito posted something in Discord. Take a look. Hey, Shivam, congratulations for passing that account. I mean, is that the account I gave you yesterday? Same account? By the way, congratulations, brother. This this is awesome. Yeah, it is a 1 day to pass. Nice job, man. Good job. Like the stream, guys. Please push the like button. Hey, Jane. Welcome back, brother. How are you? What is your bias, guys? Tell me that. What do you want to take? Buy, sell. I'm not framing the buy from this word block because I'm not bullish. Otherwise, if my bias was bullish, if I were thinking this is going higher, this could be my buy from there. I'm watching if it can shift this low, and I will be able to mark a market structure shift to take the sell. So I'm watching this low to be shifted so that I can mark a market structure shift and take a sell. However, guys, don't copy my trade. Push the like button, subscribe to our channel. Rejection from new day opening gap. Are you talking about here, or it is actually going higher from the new day opening gap, brother Marquis? I'm not using the new day opening gap anymore. That's why I really don't know where is the new day. Okay, I got the market structure shift. So my trade is coming. Again, guys, be very careful. Don't copy my trade. Today's session is a very tough session to trade. Why? Because we have FOMC today. Okay. So I'm gonna frame my first sell for today, and I'll take the risk until here. Okay. So which is 30 handle. Target is this area. If it build this gap as an entry gap, that's gonna be difficult for me. However, I believe that I'll get my entry because I need some reaction from this gap that will give me some reaction that will send the market until here. Okay, I hope so. But if it built the entry gap over here, that's gonna be difficult for me to take the decision because I won't be able to put the stop loss to the most logical level. So let's hope for the best. Remember, my risk is 32 handle with 3 micro contract. I hope I'll get the opportunity to enter and it will be a winning trade. So it has built the breakaway gap and the entry fair value gap. Okay, so this is the two gap. Come on, man, give me the entry. I need some reaction from this gap. I thought that the reaction will send the market until this gap. So far it didn't do that. Instead, it didn't also close below these gaps. Still, I am expecting some kind of reaction. Some reaction, okay? This is a very tough moment to take the decision because it can simply tap to this gap and then keep falling. I will try to take the entry from this gap. If it give me the entry over here, I'll take the entry over there, okay? But again, remember, I can miss this trade. Okay, I mean, let's see. Going for 1:1 partial, which is 32. Let's wait a bit actually. If it stop me out, then there is no point to put the limit order. If it stop me out. Not going to move my stop loss. I put my stop loss above this candle that has built the breakaway gap. So if it's really interested to violate this gap, this candle, it means that it's going to take the high. So I don't see any logic to put my stop loss above this high so far. That's I'm not going to move my stop loss. However, I'm not going to take the partial around 1:1. I will take the partial to the most logical level, which is here to me. Okay. But you guys should be strict with your 1:1 partial. If it provide you 1:1, go for it. I will try to take the next partial if it come here around that area, okay? Below this low. Again, please don't copy my trade. I'm gonna remove this fair value gap from here, last gap. I'm gonna wait for the setup. Okay, there is a setup. Look at this setup. It's a very beautiful setup. Manipulation, higher time frame point of interest, opening regular trading or opening gap upper quadrant, 1 minute last fair value gap, and then the 22 YT model. Okay. So I got the first partial, which is 1 is to 1. So I'm not going to put my stop loss to the break even because still the market didn't build the order block. So I'm not going to put my stop loss to the break even, but you guys should put the stop loss to the break even if you got the opportunity to take the partial. As the market didn't build the order block yet, so I'm not going to put my stop loss to the break even. Instead of that, I'm going to keep the stop loss over here and I'll see if it really can keep falling. But remember, this gap is a strong gap. I needed the reaction that has already done. I believe now it will fall. If it doesn't, stop me out. I'm cool with that. Oh, what I was saying. I waited for the setup. I found the setup over here. See this market structure shift, fair value gap, immediate reaction. Everything was perfect. So I entered into the trade. Now, if it doesn't work, for example, it didn't even give me the partial. Instead of that, it just keep going higher. Man, I'm cool with that. Why? Because I waited for the setup. I waited for the model. I waited for the plan. I waited for the everything. Everything was over there. So what should I afraid of? Did I take over leverage? No. Did I take huge stop loss? No. Everything is perfect. So I don't need to worry about that. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, I'll just let this go. I'll wait for the next train. That's all. However, that's a nice 37 partial. I'm trying to catch the next partial around, okay, make it 100. I mean, if it fall, then it will give me 100 handle. So just make it 100 handle. If it falls, I'll get that 100 handle. If it doesn't fall, okay, good. Look at the reaction of the bodies so far. Okay, I'm not saying it is going to work, but look at the reaction of the bodies from these two gaps over here, this and this gap. It is always preferable to leave this gap open, which is going to work as a breakaway gap. But sometimes we did the damage, like if you see this here to here and go for the 6 on 8, which is here. Look at this 6 on 8 level, which is above the breakaway gap. So it sometimes it really go to trade that 6 on 8 level and the breakaway gap get violated. Okay, keep that in your mind as well. So now it is falling. I prefer this market to close below this gap. If it do that, I'll be able to put my stop loss to the break even. As long as it's not going to close below this gap, I won't be able to move my stop loss. It will be here. Why? Because market didn't build the order block yet. No, brother, it has built. This is that highest up close body close candle. It's the order block. Now, some of you can say like that way. I don't see this candle as a order block because it's a very small body, long, weak. So I don't count it as a order block. How far it has reached so far? Look at this 44 handle. 44. This is a good news that market is building the liquidity. That's a good news. Look at this support zone. It's a very strong support. It's a good news, guys. All I need to see a body close below this gap so that I can put my stop loss to the break even. Otherwise, I'll get stopped out over here without any kind of confusion. You don't need to do that. You can simply put the stop loss to the break even. Try your luck. I'm not afraid to lose that, like two micro contract for 32 handle. See this gap, this is called the reaction. It is reacting. The what is the job for this gap? To send the market until the bearish PDRA. So when the bearish PDRA has been traded, it should not get reacted again. That means if it is holding the market right now, it means that market is not bearish, it's actually bullish. So I have to be very careful over here whenever it will build an order block, some kind of order block. For example, this is lowest down close body close candle. Market has closed above this candle. I'll immediately move my stop loss to the break even. Why? Because it is not reacting, it is reversing from this gap, which is an old 22 buy model here, this buy model. Okay. Tough market, guys. Really tough market. I should move my stop loss to the break even right now, but as you can see, I can't do that because market is over here right now, and it can simply trade this gap one more time and then keep falling. I'm not able to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my stop loss just above this high. So if I get stopped out here, I'll be able to mitigate some kind of losses. Some losses, okay, will be reduced, like 25 handle. So 7 handle will be reduced. Okay, I got stopped out. So this gap is holding the market, sending it higher. I prefer that this high is taken and then market is falling. It should not happen like that way. I just got the partial, but it never hit my target. I will watch the market now to see if it provide me another opportunity to take the sell. As long as this high is not taken, I'll look for a selling opportunity. If this high is taken, there is a high probability this candle to work as an overdouble. These two consecutive candle, by the way, and then market will keep going higher. So I'm just watching. Can it close below this candle again? If it do that, I'm gonna take the sell again from this candle as long as this high is not taken. This is the origin high of the setup. So if this high is not taken here and the market has closed below this candle, I'm gonna take sell again from this candle over here, from that candle. I'll watch it. If that high is taken, this setup is not valid anymore. So I have to wait for something else again. I'm just watching. Can it close below this candle because it left some liquidity over here? Some liquidity over here. So can it close below this candle so that I can take resell from this order block? Of course, I have to be very careful about the stop loss. Actually, let me see where should be my stop loss. I'll be able to put it here. That is a good thing. This sell is valid as long as this high is not taken. If it is bullish market, I'm gonna miss the trade. Absolutely good with that. Watch it. This is a valid 22 YT model as long as this high is not taken. So I'm confident to take re-entry from the order block, just covering the 50% as long as this high is not taken. If this high is taken, no trade is valid. If you are bullish, try to find some buy over here. I hope you'll find some buy, okay? Because when it fall, it actually trading this bullish order blocks, okay? From this 22 IT model, market structure shift, fair value gap, breakaway gap, came back to breakaway gap, and then closed above the lowest down close body close candle. Trade the lowest down body close candle, market will keep going higher. So it will work like that way with the bull model. I'm not bullish, so I'm not taking any sort of buy over here. I'm watching, can it close below this candle so that I can take a sell from this candle as a bearish order block, because my bias is bearish. Okay, so if your bias is bearish, you should wait for the selling opportunity. If your bias is bullish, you should wait for the buying opportunity. More importantly, you have to remember today's market is a tough market to trade. Now, if it doesn't give me the opportunity, I'll start to cry, to be honest, man. I mean, if it just keep falling now without trading the order block, I'll start to cry, to be honest. It should close below this line, then take me, then keep falling. One tick below this line, it should close, tap to this line, and then keep falling. I will take this risk again for 31 handle. I'm going to cover the mean threshold of this order block. So even if it went a bit higher, I will be safe. I believe so. And then I'll keep looking for the sell. So 23 more second I have to wait. This gap is again respecting. I'm not afraid of that. Why? Because market failed to take this side. Remember, some of you are saying this is a buy side liquidity, right? And I'm saying this is the origin high that can't be taken. If it is taken, there is no sell is valid. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's see if it takes me. If I'm extremely unlucky, then I'll miss this trade. Otherwise, if I'm lucky, I think I'm extremely unlucky. So this is the overall idea, guys. So as you see, this is an high volatile market. I'm not able to put it above this high. I put it to the most logical level, in my opinion, below this high. That stopped me out. I got stopped out. I'm not going to switch my bias to bullish. I'm still holding my bias depending on the price action, and I'm waiting for the order block to be created so that I can take resell. So all I need to see, can it trade it? If it trade it, I believe that I'll get my boom. Why? It left this sell side liquidity. Remember, this is not the buy side liquidity. This is the sell side liquidity market left, depending on this gap. So all it needs to do, trade this line, keep falling. That's all. And I'm going to take my first partial over here. If I get the opportunity to take entry, if it tap to this order block, actually, if it is not highly volatile, I would be already in a trade. Okay, I'm in a trade, and that's gonna be my first partial over here below this low. That is the most logical level in my opinion. My stop loss has covered the mean threshold of the order block here, and I'm gonna hold my trade until this low. So this time it should violate this gap without any kind of drama. Came here, trade the order block, should fall. If any of you are in this trade, make sure your stop loss, your partial is here. Take the partial exactly over there. You should take the partial over here around 1 is to 1. Please keep that in your mind. You should be safe. Maximum portion close around 1 is to 1. Let the runner go as long as you want. Just one body need to close below this gap. That's more than enough to get the run until this specific gap over here. Here. Just one body need to close below this gap. That is holding the market so far, okay? And building the buy side liquidity over here. I mean, sorry, the sell side liquidity over here, or support zone over there. I really don't like this type of support when the market has already done all the job over here. It doesn't need to build this support again, okay? So I'm watching. Where did it trade again? The entry gap, acceptable. Nothing to worry about that. I'm not able to move it actually. Can I? And I'll just put it here. Entry gap, old entry gap here, breakaway gap, old breakaway gap here. We are going to cut through these candles, and more importantly, going to mark the 50% of this order block. So it can maximum trade this line over here. I'm not expecting, if it failed to trade it, that is the best case of scenario. I'll be very happy if it failed to trade this mean threshold of the order block. But if it really would love to trade that mean threshold, that is the last line for this market to trade here. So my stop loss covered the mean threshold of that order block. What I would love to see, to close below this gap, one body more than enough. If any of you are in this trade, make sure you have taken a partial around 1 is to 1. So wherever is your 1 is to 1, I think it is bit lower here. If you get the 1 is to 1, close the trade. I mean, take maximum partial over there. This morning session is highly difficult to trade. First of all, we have FOMC around the PM session. And secondly, this market has moved a lot around the night, overnight run, okay? A lot. So morning session can be choppy, sloppy. Look, I can be wrong. Maybe this is a bullish market, but look what I'm doing here. I'm not simply just changing my bias, taking the buy. Okay, I'm still believing this sell is going to work. Why? because of the price action over here. I have shown you or example, give you the example. This high can't be taken. If it is not taken and body close immediately, one, two, three, four, within four candle, market closed below this order block. I'm gonna take re-entry from the order block. Yeah, I didn't put my stop loss above this high. I just covered the mean threshold. That is something wrong. I can get stopped out and maybe market will never take this high because according to the logic, I should not only cover the high plus some handle above the high. But still, this is highly volatile market, so I'm not able to do that. That's why I just kept my stop loss over here. That is covering the upper quadrant of the opening gap, breakaway gap, mean threshold, and all of these things. Okay. So I still believe this will keep falling without weakening me, and market will just simply keep falling. But if it doesn't work, that is a bad luck. However, I'm not switching my bias. I'm not taking the buy even after seeing this beautiful reaction from this gap. If I'm not wrong, if the market fall, you will understand why I was doing that because I have explained it before it happened. This low will be taken, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. This low will be taken, my stop loss will be at the break even. However, if any of you are in this trade, make sure you have taken a partial over there, okay? Around there. That should be the first partial. If any of you are here in this trade, that should be the first partial. And if you are here, of course, try to take the second partial. This is the most logical level. It can simply take this and then start to reverse. That is an high probability. So make sure you have taken the second partial over here around that area. Remember, this line will be taken. My stop loss is going to be to the break even. Why? The most sell side logical sell side liquidity has been taken. I'm not taking the partial any of this area. I'll try to hold the trade until this low because I'm expecting this market to come over here. But if you are in this trade, you should be already profitable. 60 46 handle. You should be already profitable. My risk is gone. From here, I'm out of my risk. So I'm trying to catch the run until the most logical level. What should I expect here? Anybody can tell me that. What should I expect right now? Who can tell me this? This is an exam for you guys. What should I expect right now? Please, someone, please tell me that. Someone, please. Absolutely. I want to see an unfilled gap over here. Thank you, Uchuk. It should be unfilled. Body should, I mean, sorry, week should not close this gap 100%. Okay. By the way, it can be until the volume imbalance. I'm just using the small gap week to week. Okay. But you guys have to be remember about this volume imbalance. This market has so far given you 65 handle, more than enough for being profitable. So to be profitable, risk how much? 30, 32 handle, something like that. And given you already 1 to 2, and you are still denying the partial, don't regret later. Okay. Okay. I got my first partial. Going to move my stop loss above the gap, believing it is not going to close. My second partial is going to be there. If it come here, okay, that's gonna be my second partial. Again, I will try to hold it around 100 handle if it provide me by putting my stop loss above the unfilled gap. I want to see this to be unfilled. But again, this gap should be traded. It's called the institutional order flow entry drill. It should be traded. If it is traded, I'm not going to afraid of this gap. I'm going to believe that This market will keep falling and take this sell side liquidity. If this gap is not traded, after coming here, it can go back again to trade this gap. Okay. However, I'll put one just above here, just in case if I'm wrong and the market really would love to trade the 50% of this gap. So here, okay. If I'm wrong, okay, just something like that. Keep watching. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just showing you the logic I learned from ICT. This portion of the gap is still unfilled. Market didn't fill this gap 100%. Why I moved my stop loss, why I did it, because it can work with this volume imbalance as well. So we can go a bit higher, maybe until the 50% and then fall. So that's why I just moved my stop loss a bit higher. One stop above the unfilled gap, another one just covered the 50% of this gap that has been respected previously so beautifully. Okay. And for you guys, it was an 89 handle run so far. Not bad, not bad. It is a danger actually. I'm watching this danger as well. Like, see this 50-minute bullish cap. I'm also watching this bullish cap from 15-minute chart. I think it will give me the highest precision, which is this last cap from 1-minute chart. I think it will come here, but if it is not, I'm also cool. I want to make sure that some profit is covered over here as it has already been started to react. Okay. And I want to see this candle to close below this candle so that later I'll be able to use this candle as a middle order block. Most of the time, this market has an idea to violate this candle, okay? Just violate this candle. But sometimes it worked as a beautiful order block. Sometimes. Very rare, by the way. But when you are in a sale, you always try to look for some kind of bearish PDRA, and you will hope that that bearish PDRA will work beautifully, okay? So this is some kind of hope. When it is going to give me 100 handle. Where is 100 handle? Okay, it actually didn't give me 100 handle just for a bit. Let's see if I can catch 100 handle by risking 31 handle. What did I cover over here? Just this IOFED that has been covered by my stop loss over here now. Because market has already traded this gap and closed as a down close body close candle, took the previous swing low over here. So now this should be covered. I don't need to worry about this gap again. That market is going to trade this gap again. That's I covered it by here. And my another stop loss is still over here, safe. Even if I get stopped out here, covered some profit. And then if it failed to trade here and then tap here, I'm gonna get my boom, okay? Something like that. But before that, I highly appreciate if it provide me at least 100 handle. I wanna see that to to my mental satisfaction. OCD, something like that. Okay. It took me actually bad luck. I'm not going to close it here. Gonna keep it there. Never been built the wardrobe block. So gonna close it. Remember the high is here of the unfilled gap. So still this is unfilled. I'm just watching if I can survive here. Otherwise, the 50-minute bullish gap is holding the market, sending it higher. For this buy side liquidity right now, I'll get stopped out, and I'm cool with that. Like here, this is that unfilled gap. My stop loss is just above that unfilled gap. Bit difficult market, guys. Let's see where it is going to close. I wanna see you close as a down close candle. I wanna see you as a close as a down close candle. If you close as a bull candle, that's gonna be difficult. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Can't move my stop loss right now. I need a down close candle that is going to close below this gap to move my stop loss a bit higher. I mean, bit lower. So if this candle closes as a down close candle, I'll be able to put my stop loss over here. I've just one contract left, one micro contract. So I'll just see if it can keep falling and hit my target. Otherwise, it's actually here. So this is the stop loss over here. So if it stop me out there, I'll be okay with that because now the bullish period is actually respecting 50-minute bullish gap. Okay, I got stopped out. Yeah, it didn't hit my target. Tough market, but still, I think I have broken this area in a beautiful way. My idea was this will come at least to this last gap, and then I will see if it can go through this and go for the sell side liquidity. As it didn't do that, instead of that respecting the 50-minute bullish gap, I'm gonna mark that gap for you guys so that you can understand. Okay, the 50% of that bullish gap is perfectly respecting. And now this is the buy side liquidity over here. I prefer to take a buy now for this buy side liquidity, but all I need to see if there is a setup. How can I enter over here? Now this is a bullish market. Okay, I mean pretty much confident this is a bullish candle. I mean bullish market for this buy side liquidity now. The sell here already done the job to take this low, that low, failed to reach until the most precise area I was expecting to trade this. It failed to do that. Instead of that, 50-minute candle has closed above the CE of this 50-minute gap. Now this is a high probability to go for this buy side liquidity. So I have found the market structure shift already. If there is a gap, I'm gonna take buy now for this buy side liquidity, just for this buy side liquidity. Okay, it's gonna be a very small trade. Just let me see if I can find that buying opportunity from here to this area. Okay, that's gonna be the target. Stop loss. Okay, I have to cover this breakaway gap 42 handle. Not going to take that risk. So I'll go for 28 handle. Again, 3 micro contract. Look, when I'm switching my bias, hope I'll find that opportunity. I mean, market will take me. If it doesn't, look, fall, take the liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap, breakaway gap. I'm taking the risk a bit here because this breakaway gap can be traded, but just a bit risk, okay? I mean, if I'm lucky, then market will simply work with this and will go and hit my target. Just let's see if it can do that. Look at this. See here. A bit more. Come on, man. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Take me, take me, take me, take me, take me. Just a bit more. Just a bit more. Just a bit more. Just a bit more. Again, same model, same everything, same like I'm not doing anything different what I have done here to take the sell, to take the buy. Market structure shift. Here I'm taking a bit more risk, not going to cover the breakaway gap, which is here. This gap I'm not covering. So if I get a stopped out, I'll try to take a re-entry. This is I'm not going to cover. Okay. So entry gap, breakaway gap, buy side liquid is the target, and the opening gap high. So let's hope for the best. I think okay, it actually would love to come here. I'll try to take a re-entry. If it close above this entry gap, I'll take re-entry. Okay, I just covered the opening gap 50%, but we did the damage. If it close above this, I'm gonna take a re-entry over here from the entry gap. Again, the volatility is too much. I'm not able to put my stop loss to the most logical level. So I'm gonna try stop loss, a very small stop loss. It will close above this entry gap again. I'm gonna take a re-entry over here again. Before that, if it really would love to trade this breakaway gap, I don't think so it's going to happen. But if it really would love to trade this breakaway gap, I'll wait for the order block to take the buy again. Otherwise, it will close above this. I'm going to take re-entry from this entry. I'm not going to put the limit order. I'll just simply push the button whenever I'll see the candle will close above this entry gap. So if it close above this entry gap, I will push my button over there. Stop loss will be the same zone, same area. If it failed to trade this breakaway gap, if it trade this breakaway gap, I will wait for the order block to be created to take the buy. Otherwise, it will close above this. I'm already in a trade. Stop loss will be the same zone. I was just putting my stop loss covering the opening gap 50%. We did the damage, unfortunately. Not going to be confident. I mean, sorry, broken and not going to think that, no, now it is going to fall. No, no, not like that way. Now the buy side is obvious. So all I need to see body close above this entry gap. Or if it moved a lot, then I will miss the trade. Entry over there. Stop loss, same zone, same area, same everything. Here, just below this low, and target is going to be sell limit to the top of this opening gap. I hope it will work. If it doesn't, I'll just stop trading around that area because two loss one after another, no more trade valid. Going to believe this entry gap is now going to work as a beautiful way and sending the market higher because market failed to trade this breakaway gap and closed above this entry gap again. So I'm believing it's going to work. Otherwise, I'll just let this go. I can't wait for this candle to retest this entry gap because 90% of the time it doesn't do that. I think this time my stop loss is bit bigger. I should have gone with the 2 micro contract. Okay, it is stop me out again. 2 loss. I'm going to stop over here. We'll wait for this market to see how it is going to go higher. I'm not interested to look for the sell again. If it really keep falling, this low is not taken. The order block is same logic. Everything around that area. This low is not taken. Trade it. Order block. Retest this word. Tap to this order block. Take the buy. Same thing over here. As long as this low is not taken, the origin low of the setup. This is not taken. Market will keep going higher. You have to wait for the order block to be created. Tap to this order block. Go for the buy again for this buy side liquidity and here over there. I think suddenly the volatility is damn huge. I think I'll take one more risk because I had a winning trade. So like two loss is going to be like 50-50. So I'll try one more buy actually. Week has done a lot of damage today. Morning session is a low probable day to trade. If you are already a winner, stop trading over here because around PM session we have the FOMC. Don't overtrade around this area. Today morning session is lowest probable area to trade. And so far you can see this market is just sideways. Yeah, because of the volatility, we are able to make some profit over here. But this is a low probable area to trade, in my opinion. I'm watching this order block. I'll try one more trade actually from the order block in this area to take the buy. Otherwise, it's done. Just let me see what it is going to do. Yeah, that is good. Let's see if it built the order block, and then now it's the valid order block. Body will close above this candle. I'm going to take the buy from that candle. It doesn't need to close above the entry gap because the breakaway gap has been traded. So this is the real gap that needed to be traded. It has been already traded it. If it close above this, I'm interested to take the buy again from this order block. Remember, if it keep falling, it will never build the order block. After building the order block, if it keep falling, that is bad luck. Previously, I was only interested to take the sell around that area. Now I'm only interested to take the buy for this buy side liquidity and opening gap close. If it keep falling and come for this last gap and then started to react from there, I won't be able to trade this market anymore because there is two probability. It will either fall for the sell side liquidities, it will go toward the real bias without clearing the buy side liquidity, or maybe it will just simply keep bouncing in between the last gap or the sell side liquidity here and the buy side liquidity there. So I won't be able to trade this market if it doesn't clear this buy side liquidity and close the opening gap 100%. In that type of scenario, I'll be just I'll have nothing to do around that area. I'm bearish overall, but now this buy side liquidity is obvious to me. From the 15-minute chart, it is respecting this 50-minute bullish gap 50%. So as long as this gap 50% is respecting and market left some buy side liquidity here, also the relatively equal highs, I prefer this market to go for this buy side liquidity at first, close this gap 100%, then fall. Let's see if it provide the order block entry opportunity. However, now if any of you are bearish and you are thinking this is going to fall, take the sell. Simply take the sell, guys. Even though I'm bearish, I'm still thinking this will go higher at first, then it will fall. First, it has to go higher, take this buy side, trade this line, and then it will fall again. Because of this sell side, that sell side, those sell side, and finally the hourly gap. Overall, I'm bearish, but for now, I need some bullish run for this buy side liquidity at first, then bearish run. Extremely difficult because if the market decides to leave the liquidity open for FOMC, will be chopped. So make sure you're not taking a huge risk, a very small risk. Even if it doesn't work, you're going to get a small losses over here. Otherwise, if you got some profit around that area, don't try to take a re-entry. Simply stop trading over here. You are done. You got the profit, you are done. Don't keep trading. I'm doing the live streaming, so I have to keep framing the setup according to the price action. So I'm just doing it. And this is an extremely volatile market. Market structure shift, fair value gap, breakaway gap. I am not able to cover both of them, and also the low of this setup, whole setup, the low. Same here. Take the sell. I'm not able to put my stop loss above this high because of the volatility. So what I'm doing, I'm just trying to catch the run by putting the smallest stop loss as possible. Okay, like as small as possible. The stop loss should be very small. If it close as a down close body close candle, I'm going to move my order block from here to here and going to use this candle as my order block. So far it didn't actually. So I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to hold one with this candle. However, I'm going to remove this thing because some people will join and they will say, oh brother, this he has taken a lot of trade. Because of the partial or all of these things, it seems like a lot of trade over there. This low is taken, no more buy setup is valid because this is the origin low of the setup. This is the origin high of the setup. So as long as this low is not taken, I'm still holding my bullish bias for this buy side liquidity and the buy side liquidity here. This high, that high, relatively equal highs, all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's not immediate actually. Uh, it's not immediate, but I'm going to take it. Yeah, I'm going to take it actually. I don't know I'll get the opportunity from here or not. If I don't get it here, I'll take it from there. If I get it from here, I'm going to enter from there. If I don't get it, I'm going to enter from there. I don't know if I get the opportunity by anyhow from anywhere, but I'll try both of these zone. Both of them are valid to me. Okay, I think I'm already in. Yeah, I'm already in. So I'm gonna put it here. That's my entry. Stop loss is 29 handle. I'm gonna hold my trade for this zone. Okay. In the meantime, I'll just try to take some partial above this buy side liquidity if it provide me that opportunity. My last trade for today, if it doesn't work and it like keep doing this type of shit, I'm not able to trade this market up because of the I mean, you see this up down up down up down up down something like that. So this either this should work or it will never work. The time is the perfect time, 10:35, around 10. It should give me some run toward the direction. If it doesn't, I'm just done for this morning session because it is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So you will see like this is not working, but I'll see, okay, we have FOMC. This is absolutely practical. I tried my level best with all the logics I have, and it just didn't work. So that's all simple. Not liking it. Okay, done. This morning session will not touch this market anymore. Got some losses, and this is simply just consolidating around the same level again, again, and again. Okay, good. Let it go. Don't overtrade. Don't like over leveraged. Don't hurt your account because you have some losses. Let this go. Wait for the PM session. After FOMC, it will work. Right now, we'll just watch the market. Does it really would love to go for this buy side liquidity, or does it want to go for this sell side liquidity? How does it want to go or work over here? This time I think I forced the market a bit, but I was seeing this candle is a very beautiful candle that was working with this breakaway gap, and not even a single body has closed below this breakaway gap. So to me, it was a good candle to look for the buy according to this 50% of the opening gap. So it was a nice support as well, but actually didn't work. I tried the water block and the fair value gap entry from the 22 buy model. It didn't work. So does it really would love to fall? If it really would love to fall, take this low, will violate this last gap, take the sell side, sell side, sell side. We'll let this go. Okay. Because I'm not interested to enter over here anymore after seeing all of this up, down, up, down, up, down. But as long as this low is not taken, have an high probability market will go for this buy side liquidity from this setup. If this low is taken, it doesn't mean that I'm just going to say, okay, no, now this is going to fall. Maybe this last gap will hold the market and build a new buy model for this buy side liquidity. Both of them are valid, allowed. When it is highly volatile, this is really so tough to trade this market. This is the consecutive order block now. Man, I'll show you the 50-minute chart as well. This is the 50-minute chart so far. So this candle and then indecisive candle. This is also going to be an indecisive candle. Like market is just simply keep bouncing here. I appreciate the market. This is how the FOMC morning session actually works. Most of the time, it's just keep bouncing and keep building the buy side and sell side liquidity for the PM session, and then the news actually take the liquidity, one sided liquidity. Otherwise, just do the opposite run, then go for the liquidity. For example, this whole all liquidity can be left for FOMC around the PM session. So the whole morning session will work here, and then the PM session will fall for this sell side liquidity. That's why I told that try to trade 7 to 8:30 around the FOMC. Don't trade the morning session. It's so difficult, man. And if you are lucky and got a winning trade at the beginning, stop over there. You'll be safe. Don't keep pushing the button. Keep trying the trade. When ICT said he was done trading for the week yesterday, I should have listened to him. 10:30 Trump asked about ground troops in Iran. Why would I do that? Okay. Chop till 1 p.m., then big boom 2 p.m. That is how the market works on the FOMC days, guys. FOMC, absolutely, sir. What is your total loss? $233, brother. I had a winning trade at the beginning, so I mitigated. I mean, sorry, I my loss actually got cut from this profit to that loss. I still have 70, sorry, 350, so nearly $100 risk. Still, I can take that risk for today. My maximum loss is actually $350. I think I'll take some trade around the PM session, I guess. Otherwise, if it provide another opportunity, maybe I'll try one more buy. Maybe. Because still I have $100 risk. Allowed to take 100 more dollar risk. PM session FOMC morning session chop. That is the best example of the FOMC days. Best area to trade 7 to 8:30, brother. This is the 9:30 candle over here. That is the 9:30 candle. And this is the 10:41 candle. This is the 1 hour 1 hour. This market is doing this in the morning session. If you have the FOMC around the PM session, this is what is going to happen. What about the footballer? Did any of you watch the match yesterday? Max daily loss and daily profit goal. I don't have any profit goal, brother, but maximum loss is $350 for a day. So if I get one $350 loss, I prefer to stop over there. In other words, two loss, I prefer to stop. So even sometimes $50 loss, and I already got two losses, I prefer to stop over there. In this type of days where FOMC is happening or maybe market is choppy around the morning session, in those type of days, I prefer to go for 300 maximum loss. So as long as I'm not going to touch that $350 loss, I keep trying to mitigate my loss. Yeah, I did nice game. Ah man, this is bullshit. If you say that is a nice game, then I have nothing to say and no word to say actually. Oh wow, report by the copyright owner. Okay, so they actually close it because of the copyright owner. So I reposted it. No worries. I think It's not able to be there. However, they actually removed it. I shared the things over there. This game was rigged, totally rigged, and that was my last game for this World Cup. I was watching. That was the last game of the world of this World Cup. Man, this is something like absolutely disaster. FIFA should not do that. They're just destroying the beauty of this football, and it will be like cricket. No people will watch that game again day by day. They'll know that this is just a game that is well planned. Yeah, nice game. A lot of excitement. Bullshit game. This was just a bullshit game. Well, I'll try one more buy here. It's okay if it doesn't work, but I'll just take this buy. 30. 3 handle risk for this buy side liquidity. I mean, I'm cool with that. If it really interested to fall for this sell side liquidity, I'm cool with that. But this last gap, I'm just interested to see the reaction from this gap. I'm again absolutely cool if it stop me out. And yeah, I will be a bit more than my $350 loss, but I wanted to catch this run from this order block. My stop loss is just below that candle, which is the order block low. I know it's 33 handle. Good with that. Yeah, I'm going to rip over here. So if it really would love to stop me out, I can move my stop loss. And yeah, that was a good idea to think about the reaction of this last gap. And in my mind, I was thinking that this sell side liquidity is going to be left open for the FOMC. So if it really would love to go for this FOMC, I'm sorry, this liquidity right now, this is absolutely rigged. This liquidity I was interested to see to be taken around the FOMC. Last gap is broken. I was watching yesterday's game actually, and like whole game was like pre-planned. Someone just saying that it's something like, man, what you are doing? The referee was simply just stopping them out. I mean, didn't stop at all to the Argentine player, and they're just stopping out like the Egypt player, even if they just touch a bit, okay, and they were slapping on the face of the Egyptian player, then pushing the goalkeeper, doing a lot of foul when like Salah, I mean the Egyptian player was asking for the VAR reply, the referee was giving the yellow card. What the hell was doing over there? Come on, man. It was disaster. You are the who trades in front of people with beautiful explanation. Love you. No one has that much guts. Thank you so much, brother, for that comment. If SPF 500 clear the low, that Nasdaq setup looks good, bro. Okay, I didn't know about the ES 500. I mean, yes, I was not able. I was not watching that. Why did you take a long trade? Because I said I said your bias is bearish for today. Uh, because we have the FOMC. In a moment, I was thinking that this sell side liquidity is going to be left open for the FOMC because we have the FOMC. So market is going to leave open all of the sell side liquidity for the FOMC, and market will take this buy side liquidity work over here for the AM session. So I was thinking like that way because we have the FOMC. That's why I just took that long over here. And this was the last line for me to take the buy here, because as long as it's not broken, that was an high probability to go for this buy side liquidity. Otherwise, if it really would love to clear the sell side liquidity by this AM session, that is a normal price action, and maybe around the PM session, FOMC will do nothing, because that is the only sell side liquidity I can see this market left over here. That's why I was framing the buy, brother. This is just an idea. Let's see how Morocco versus France will go. France will win this game for sure. I mean, this whole football if is rigged by France and Argentine people. I mean Argentina. I mean, this is really disaster. I mean, at the end, Argentina is going to win the World Cup again. I mean, you can write it down in the empty pages that they are going to win this game. Like yesterday, how did it work? At first, when Egypt gave the goal, then suddenly Messi got the penalty. He missed the penalty, and Egypt give another goal. That goal was disallowed because of a foul that happened 3 minutes earlier, and the referee decided to let the play go. Okay, there was no whistle, there was no stopping, there was nothing. The referee decided to let this game go. And then when the goal happened, Messi asked for the VAR reply. Referee goes for the VAR reply, and they denied the game. If you say this is denial, goal denial, then what happened to the previous game with Argentina versus Austria? Before the Messi scored, there was a foul. There was no VAR reply. There was nothing. Simply they let this go. And now yesterday, when they saw that they are not, oh man, this is really disaster. And then simply, like pushing the goalkeeper, slapping on the face. How you are going to explain these things, brother? I mean, I agree with you. Okay, the Salah, Mohammad Salah, that foul was not a foul. He missed. He lose the ball. Okay, so everything is good. Okay, everything is that was not a goal. Okay, that was not a foul. That was everything good. Argentina gave another goal. Everything is perfect. What do you? How you are going to explain the slapping on the player faces, pushing the goalkeeper? Like, what is this bullshit, man? And all other fouls, I'm not going to explain them. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about them. But how you're going to explain them? Just a second. This game was rigged, to be honest, brother. If you are an Argentine supporter, of course you will see nothing over here, and you will say, "Oh man, everything is good, nothing is wrong." I appreciate it, man. Left this social liquid open. Seriously, this is disaster. The hell I can send it there. This is really ripped. Oh, the market decided to come until here, build this liquidity strongest. Now it is going higher. How can I how can I trade this market? How can someone trade this market? Also, it didn't tap to the hourly gap as well. Like there is a hourly gap. Yeah, small hourly gap. It also didn't tap to the hourly gap. So what the hell you want to do over here? Hey team, Chaudhary Vikesh, please answer my question. What is your question? From where should I watch your live stream to learn trading? Like, you please guide me, sir. Uh, how can I reply you, brother? Someone please help him. I really don't know how to reply him, brother. I'm late today. No trades for me yet. It's a good thing, brother. You are late. This is really disaster. Around the morning session in FOMC, this is really disaster. Like it should go higher to take this buy side liquidity. It decided to fall, and finally it failed to take this liquidity. Now it is going higher for this buy side liquidity, and maybe it will start to fall again. Take this sell side liquidity. This is really disaster. I was just thinking this liquidity is going to be open for FOMC and market will go for this buy side liquidity. I never thought that it will fall until that area. And when it fall here, it missed the hourly bullish gap just by some handle. Disaster. Absolutely disaster. It's good, brother. You didn't trade anything over here. I think France will win. Yeah, of course, France will win, man. I mean, 100% France will win. France and Argentina, these are the two domination country right now on FIFA, and these two countries making shit this FIFA game. Like at the end of the time, Messi will get the World Cup again. By anyhow, he will. Argentina is the only team. They got 8 penalty out of 11 games, man. Can you imagine? Out of 11 games, they got 8 penalty. This is the only team out of the history. They got last 11 game from the World Cup, 8 penalty. One disaster. It should be fair, man. Of course, you are a good player, so play fair and then win the game. Nobody's going to say something to you because you are a good player. So play the game, then win the game. I was hoping that there will be some good thing, but nothing is good. Guys, this is a good example of the FOMC morning session. So next time when you will see there is an FOMC, so you will open your calendar and you will see there is an FOMC around the PM session. Avoid trading around the morning session. I write it down these rules around here. I think not in announcement. I think it's in ICT to SMC here. Okay. Like this is written already. If you guys actually miss this, how can I tell that? Let's check it. I'm coming here for the live streaming, so I'll just keep framing my trade. This is what I'm going to do, but you should follow these rules over here. That is a rules is unavoidable. The best time to trade in FOMC meeting days or FOMC days is 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. That is the best time. If you have the meeting around 2:30, then you will able to trade again from 2:35 to 3:45. If you don't have the meeting around the PM session, you are allowed to go for the trade from 2 after 2 p.m. Okay, after 2 p.m. you are good to go for that. But if you have FOMC 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., that is the best area to trade. If you can't trade that area, stop trading. There is no opportunity for you. But if you have traded, then of course you should be profitable over there. By the way, what the hell is this market doing? Just leaving the liquidity. When the market build the liquidity around the AM session, that is the hardest time to trade, in my opinion. Like what the market is doing right now. This is 1101. I highly appreciate from here to see if it can really fall and take this sell side liquidity. Like again, I'm not 100% sure because if it really interested to do it by the FOMC, I'll be absolutely wrong. And I'm out of my trade limit, so I'm not taking this sale actually. I'm letting this go. Now is the entry valid? I mean, if it tap to this gap, the entry is valid now. So let's see if it can tap over here. I think it has tapped. The entries. I just put my stop loss over here because that is the logical level. But don't look at this because it's something like I would never go for that. Maybe I would cover this area or that area. I don't know where I would put it. It's a huge stop loss. However, this sell side liquidity from this gap is now obvious to me. Here, I can be wrong again. Maybe around the PM session, we have FOMC. Maybe market will leave this gap. I mean, liquidity open for the FOMC. But according to the normal price action logic, it should now fall from this gap. Here, the bull setup gap is now going to work as a reclaimed inverse gap and the sell side liquidity to be taken when this high has been taken. Highest probable area is this order block, highest up close body close candle. It can maximum trade here. Again, I'm just not sure about that because maybe market will leave that sell side liquidity open for the PM session. And I'm not allowed to go for any other trade because I have already exited my maximum loss. After taking that winning trade, I should have stopped. However, so I'm not taking this trade over here. I'm just gonna let this go. Let's see if it provide 1:1. So 53, 53. Yeah. Trading is easy when it is an high probability day. High probable day. Trading is so hard when it is a low probable day. What you have to do, you have to let the low probability go and you have to trade the high probability. That's the only way to be profitable over here. So either way, this is a low probability. So you should simply avoid trading over here. And you should come back again around the time which is high probability. You should wait for that moment. Just 18 handle, nothing nothing serious. However, is there anyone who is going to say that this is to whom it feels like it is a good price action? Who is thinking this is a good price action? Sorry, do you have no idea about football? Spain is the best and will win. Spain is of course a good team, but actually, if it was a fair play, man, I would say maybe Spain could win. But as it is not a fair play, Argentina is going to win. Either Argentina or France. You have to you have to accept this, man. If it is a fair play, I would say okay, anybody can win. I like Spain, Portugal, Brazil, any other team. Okay, maybe Argentina, maybe France, anything. But as it is not a fair game, I don't think so. Spain is going to win the World Cup, man. I mean, they'll try the level best, but not going to win. Even I don't think so. France will be able to go to the final as well. I don't think so because if they go to the final this time, uh, Argentina won't be able to. I mean, FIFA won't be able to dominate France because they're more stronger rather than they're really stronger rather than Argentina. So I think they will plan to eliminate France before the final and then we'll give this is all about the marketing, brother. Jamal is a good player actually. However, Foner, where are you from, brother? Do you support like Spain? Spain is a good team, but not worthy to get the World Cup this time in this type of scenario. Okay, so Foner, you are from Spain. Sorry to say, brother. Unfortunately, you won't be able to win this game, man. This World Cup, you won't be able to win it. I'm not saying that you are a bad. I mean, your team is bad. I'm saying they're all really awesome, but you won't be able to win this game, this World Cup. At least not this time. When Messi will stop playing, the game will be fair again because he's doing a lot of marketing for this time. So the politics will not let you win, man. I like Norway. Norway is also good. Holland. I mean, Holland is really awesome. But other players, I don't think so. They're really so good. But Holland is awesome. I mean, he's a rising star. Don't laugh, man. It's true. It's true, man. Like, watch the yesterday's game. You'll understand everything, man. Argentina should be eliminated by yesterday's game, but they didn't. Let me show you something. It's downloading actually. 40-second left. Just look at this. S- This is absolutely shit. Look at this here. Just look at this, man. How can be this is a fair play, man? Yeah, this is the one that disallowed the game that happened prior to like 3 minutes ago before the game. Like the referee let the run go. Look at how he's just hitting them. There is not even a whistle. Referee just ignored it. This is all happened yesterday. Look at this slap. Oh man, that was just awesome, man. Yesterday game I was just watching, and they asked for the VAR reply. They got the yellow card, red card, everything. Come on, man. What was that? Oh man. See inside this penalty box. Just look at this. Oh man. And you, Pona, you expect to win the World Cup? Seriously, man? I wouldn't even dare. They started to say that at first that last touch was from Argentina, but later we saw that last touch was from Egypt. They told that then later that ball was gone from the player. So Mohamed Salah, he lost the ball, but it was absolutely clear if he wouldn't fall down over there, he would get back the ball because the ball was moving toward the goalpost. And when they got the goal, he asked him to go for the VAR. They watch it from the VAR, and they disallowed the game. I mean the goal. This is all happened yesterday. I mean, this is disaster. I just got like surprised when they slapped the guy. Like here, how can someone can slap in in an open field? Here, like Zinedine Zidane, he got red card just because of that type of action, and it's absolutely against the FIFA's rule. But nothing happened. How do you say this? What is your internet speed? I think 350 Mbps. Did I miss anything? Went to take a nap? No, man, you didn't miss anything, man. Number 12 is the best player in Egypt. He is so skilled, plus the goalkeeper. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But be careful when you playing these videos. If they're copyrighted, you might get in trouble with YouTube. Man, okay, I'll not show it again then. What is this video? Give me the link. Yes, again, Argentina at the final. Absolutely, man. They are going to get the. I mean, like they're going to get the cup. Not only at the final, they're going to get the cup, World Cup. I have a friend who support for Messi. I want to show this video for him. Let me see if I can share the link from the Google Drive. Let me see. You guys try it from here. If you can download it from that link. This is the Google Drive link. I mean, this game was just rigged. It was something like, what the hell, man? We are watching a game that is a manly game, and then suddenly they started to do all of these things. We love to enjoy the game, not like this type of shit. You wanna see the Argentine player to win? No problem. Just do that. No problem. But make it. What is that? Share. Okay. I think, is it private? Just a second, brother. I think I have to accept your request. So you will be able to share the, I mean, download it. You'll be able to download it now. I think so. Yes, against Argentina is Argentina at the final. Of course, they will be at the final. But it just ruined the game's beauty. That's the disaster thing. So, guys, I mean, yeah, I was bearish, but in a moment when I got this market structure shift, I really thought that this market is interested to go for this buy side liquidity, and it will leave this sell side liquidity for the FOMC. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. So, yeah, I tried the buys over there, and eventually the last opportunity from this order block. Then this entry from this gap was really on awesome trade around that area. And of course, from the order block, market didn't give the opportunity. And yeah, it is actually falling now. But as I have the FOMC around the PM session, I switched to my bias, and I thought this is going to stay around the PM, I mean, around the morning session here, and around the PM session by the FOMC news, market will go for this sell side liquidity. In a normal day, I actually don't do that. But in my mind, I was thinking about FOMC is going to clear those sell side liquidity. But market is really not interested for the sell side liquidities to keep that open for FOMC. I think it will go for the buy side liquidity maybe for the PM session FOMC. I have no idea. Only thing I want to say, if you have FOMC, avoid trading around the morning session. That is the best area to do the best thing. You don't need to worry about anything else. Whatever is going to happen, maybe it's gonna be a so beautiful price action. Let them go. Simply let them go. Wait for the FOMC to be released, the data to be released, then go for the trade. Hope you will do better. In this type of scenario, you'll do better. Otherwise, you have to take the risk. At the beginning, we have framed the sale, and I believe that it has given me nearly 90 handle here around that area. The sell, market structure shift, fair value gap, then the order block, trade order block, so much fall. Then this leg was absolutely unexpected to me. However, then just keep falling, and going for the sell side liquidities. Either way, this is really something uh, difficult for me to trade if I have FOMC around the PM session. That's all, okay? Uh, After two losing trades, I have got a boom. Congratulations, brother. Price is trading inside an hourly gap. I'm just interested to let this market to go like this way. We'll see around the PM session. If I see it has done something good around the PM session, maybe I'll frame some trade and share it with you guys through our Discord group, okay? Otherwise, I'm not seeing any high probability over here because I can't simply go against the FOMC. I don't know when it is interested to leave the liquidity and when it is interested to go for the liquidity. This is a tough day for me to trade. Otherwise, this is all it, it is all it is. Okay. So at the beginning it was good, at the end it was bad. Took a sell from 204 last bullish fair value gap. Wouldn't call it inversion, but it lost 927 candle from the gap. 927 candle. Okay. So you took the sell from this gap. That's good, but brother, that was a beautiful inverse. I mean, sorry, reclaimed inverse gap here. So you could try it from here. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you tomorrow, and I think it will be better tomorrow, not today. And if I get something good around the PM session, I'll share it through our Discord. Okay. Until then, cheers, guys.